She is the whore of Sausalito. She knows just how to ease your mind. But if you ask her if she loves you, she'll just smile and bat her eyes. For the whore of Sausalito never lies. She says she hails from Pasadena, and all the sailors know her name. And if you mention Palos Verdes, she will smack you like a mule. And if you hail from San Jose, she'll do the same. She never has the time to say she's sorry. And all the sailors think that she's insane. But in a world where no one else will love me, Jesus Christ himself has shunned me. The whore of Sausalito heals my pain. Here we go. She was the whore of Sausalito, but that was many years ago. But if you listen very close, you'll hear her crying in the breeze. For the whore of Sausalito's never free. 'Cause the whore of Sausalito lives in me. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. Someone's shitting on a shingle and it isn't looking good. Blood on the front page of all the newspapers, blood on the feathers of all the little birds. There'll be no more mystery, there'll be no more unknown. My poor little brother's naked and alone. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. Someone's shitting on a shingle and it isn't looking good. Sur le pont, des Invalides, dans ce dent, petit cyclotron. Sur le pont, des Invalides, dans ce dent, petit Dupont. Sur le pont, des Invalides, dans ce dent, petit électron. Sur le pont, des Invalides, petit neutron. Du signe à la lune, dans tous les journaux, et dessus le plume des petits oiseaux. Il y a plus des mystères, il y a plus d'inconnus. Pauvre petit frère, vous êtes tout nus. Sur le pont des Invalides, dans ce dent, petit cyclotron. Sur le pont des Invalides, dans ce dent, petit Dupont. Sur le pont des Invalides, dans ce dent, petit électron. Sur le pont des Invalides, petit neutron. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. The king is shitting on a shingle and it isn't looking good. 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself.
Checking the mic, 1, 2. Help! 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 Checking the mic, 1, 2. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 10:58 a.m.
Computer, what is the time?
It's 10:58 a.m.
No, computer, what is time?
It's 10:58 a.m.
Computer, what was the act that played with Prince?
From theconversation.com. Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones brought in Eddie Van Halen to provide the guitar pyrotechnics on Beat It. Prince had them on tap.
Okay. All right. Computer, is there any coffee left?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Computer, what is this thing that looks like a shallot?
I'm sorry, but this device does not support that feature.
Help! Help! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, at least Henry's live stream, I should say. This is the live stream that we do twice a week here on Twitch. to lively teach people how to cook. And today, if you want to see what we're going to be cooking, we will be making, that's not it, that's Beanie Bobini, our short-lived intern who actually was eventually banned for making a joke on the chat area, but that's a whole other subject. I was trying to just find the picture of what we're making here. This is it. This is breakfast bars. We're going to be making breakfast bars, and we've got all of the ingredients here, and it's going to be pretty fun. But first, we've got a lot of business to get through. First off, thank you, Maui Girl, for sending this background picture. Apparently, this is the place where Maui Girl met Weird Al Yankovic as he was snorkeling, I think. Or did you actually meet him, or you just saw him from afar? Maui Girl says, I just want the chocolate. Bill Larkin Music is with us. Hey, Bill Larkin Music, all one word. If you're not hip to Bill Larkin Music, the Twitch channel, you should be. Good to see you on here as always. Maui Girl says we saw him. So they saw Weird Al snorkeling here at this. Is this a cove? It looks like some kind of cove. It's Kate says, good news, the intern has been unbanned due to a successful appeal. Okay, we have our intern back. There was a joke that was made that it's a very innocent joke, but I don't want to repeat it because then I'll get banned, because there's just computers deciding whether they think it's something bad. So I can honestly say it's a joke that I'd rather not repeat and that is unrepeatable, even though it's really not that bad at all. But I don't want to get banned. I make hundreds of dollars a year doing Twitch. I don't want to be getting banned. So let's see here. Nancy Droodles has cheered 100 bits. Thanks, Nancy. And Greek Egg Cow subscribed. Thank you, Greek Egg Cow. And Link's Deity gifted a tier 1 sub. Thanks so much. And we've got some other. Wicked Delight says, Henry, can we expect you to use your cooking explainer skills to assist us on Thanksgiving? Yes, that's a great question. There was a Patreon video. Those of you on the Patreon will know that there was a pumpkin pie collaboration video where I ran a contest to get an assistant for the day. And I'm going to go ahead and put that out as a bonus episode on my YouTube channel tomorrow for Thanksgiving. So you'll learn how to make pumpkin pie dessert tomorrow. Butt Smasher Masher says, happy early Thanksgiving, Henry. Thank you. Thank you, Butt Smasher Masher, for your kind words. And we hope that you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. Orlando Trustful says, Yanka Vic, I hardly know her. Yeah, I don't mind a little wordplay now and then. That's very nice. Shardy Fardum Official says, but Henry, it's 8 p.m. where I live. What am I going to do with breakfast? Sorry, everybody. Every now and then something strikes me funny, and in this case it was Shardy Fardum Official. This is the real Shardy Fardum. What am I going to do with breakfast? I'm not really sure. Have you broken your fast today? Because as long as you haven't eaten all day, it's still called breakfast. Cool Beans 1889 says, hi, Henry, it's Cool Beans. I love the beach. What do you like to do at the beach? Thanks, Cool Beans. Good to see you. When I'm at the beach, I really just kind of lay there. I don't really do anything. I don't go in the water. If there's potato chips, I'll eat potato chips. If there's beer, I'll have a beer. But I'm really not an exciting beach goer. But I don't know who is. I don't snorkel. Who's got money for snorkeling? Hammy X Hams says, I need to make 2 pumpkin pies today. I'm going to try and be creative. Wow. Okay. Well, why don't you wait for the video to come out tomorrow? We're going to be teaching you how to make a really good pumpkin pie with no crust. It's going to be crustless pumpkin pie. Butt Smasher Masher says, "What's looking good cooking?" I don't know. DJ Smoochum says, "No blue check mark." Oh yeah, there wasn't a blue check mark on Shardy Fardum official, so we don't really know if it is the official one. All right, everybody, we're getting off a little bit. Let me, I had some other announcements, but I've forgotten. And want to thank Neat for that awesome opening picture. That was a really cool fan art. It's interesting to see myself aging in fan art. I've gone from being just a young man with his cat. Speaking of my cat, Roast Beef, he is in a deep slumber, sleeping upside down. You can see his legs there, and he's kind of in between two pillows. If you remember the expression coined in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And he's got his handy-capable staircase there for when he wants to walk down. And that's a pretty cute thing to see. We're going to bring the camera back to Roast Beef in a little bit, but we've got some songs to do. Trying to think. Oh, a big announcement. If anybody's watching, well, let's go to another. Let's do this picture from Purple Donut Filling as a Fruit. It's pretty dark, but I just kind of pulled it down randomly. Purple as a Fruit, Here Lies a Misunderstood Soul. Wow. 1990 to 2023. That's 33 years old. That's a pretty decent run. I think that's... am I mistaken? But is that how old Jesus was? Anyway, we really got distracted by this picture. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to keep things sort of light, and it went dark really fast. It's Kate X 2023 says, "So has the chat been haunted with Purple's ghost for 2 years?" Yeah, I didn't know that Purple passed to the other side and was taken by the Grim Reaper. Okay, where was I? Oh, that's the big announcement I was going to make. But first, Hammy Eggshams says, "I need to make 2 pumpkin pies today." Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, so I would say maybe wait until the video comes out. But we also want to say that because people ask me all the time, and I never have them, but the Henry's Kitchen store is stocked with aprons and cookbooks and also stickers. The way that I was able to configure it, because it wouldn't be worth it with shipping and stuff, if you get an apron, you have the option to upgrade and get all 4 Henry's Kitchen stickers. I'll show you how those work. For an extra $5. So you can check that out on the website. But all you do, if you don't know how to do it, you just take one of the Henry's Kitchen stickers and put it over whatever your original thing is. So for example, this is Stoked Pampika that I bought from the store, but I just covered it up with my own sticker. And that's by popular demand. I'm going to have the last of the cider ball that was gifted to me for my birthday. What an incredible birthday. Thanks, everybody. Oh, God. Technical problems again. Now I got to do this every time. I really am overdue to go talk to Quanto, because stuff is falling apart here at Henry's Kitchen. And so is this milk cookie thing. But this thing is, man, this packs a punch, I tell you. It's pretty damn good. And this is the last one. So I'm going to enjoy that. Thanks again, Lisi and Dark Ages, for that killer gift. And thanks, It's Kate, for my coffee. I got, It's Kate gifted me some Killer Pete's Major Dickinson's blend, which is my favorite kind. None of these people sponsor me. Link's Deity says Big Spice hates those stickers. Yeah, absolutely. Orlando Trustful says, it's a strange request. There's no strange requests. Well, I guess there are. But can we get a collaboration with Chad Shank? I know Chad Shank. I used to hang with Chad Shank. It's been a few years. He could murder a chicken with his bare hands so you don't have to contribute to Big Pharma. Okay, I have to try to follow that. Murdering a chicken is what happens all the time when we eat chicken, I guess. I don't know if some people use the word murder, other people call it survival. But Chad Shank, I wouldn't want him to do it on the stream because I feel like there would be terms of service problems there. But it does say that I wouldn't have to contribute to Big Pharma. I don't know how chicken is related to Big Pharma. But either way, yeah, Chad Shank is awesome. Does he have a Twitch channel? Because I haven't checked that out, but I should. Holy crap, awesome. What does constitute a strange request? I would say something like, may I murder a chicken on your stream would be kind of strange. Oh yeah, you're right. Orlando Trustful definitely said it was strange, and I said it was like when someone says, hey, I have a dumb question, and then the teacher says there are no dumb questions, but then they actually ask a dumb question. You're like, okay, I guess that was a dumb question. But yeah, Orlando Trustful, you were very transparent about that going in, and I appreciate that. Cool Beans says, my favorite chicken is chicken nuggets and French fries. Not a bad combo. Ted Joker 14780 says it's a normal request, but can we get some pictures of Henry's feet with each toe wearing a different little seasonal hat? Yeah, apparently that's a thing that people like to do. Maybe we could do that for the Christmas stream. Holy crap, awesome says Big Farmer in a Boston accent. Oh, Big Pharma. I see what you mean. Fondue yourself. Any ideas for what I could do with spice jar stickers if I don't have a kitchen? You don't need a kitchen. You just need spices. All right. Damn, that coffee's good, especially with this cider ball. I'll give you a sneak preview of what we're going to be making today. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm going to have to do this every time I flip to that camera. It's not that awesome anyway, but all right. Let's go ahead and grab the guitar. By the way, yeah, henryphillips.com/shop or henrys.kitchen is the way that you would go find the aprons and the stickers and the cookbooks signed if you want. Let's go ahead and put on some reverb here. Check. Help. Do you hear me, and does it have reverb? I'm going to have to rely on chat for this because this next song is very long and I don't want to do it if nobody can hear it. Wow, Names Jeff says, Henry, your newest video is amazing. Thank you so much, Names Jeff. I'm really happy to hear that people are still enjoying my spreading of the culinary virus, I guess you could say. And I appreciate that. Okay, we have a yes and yes. Okay, Money Curse says you could put those spice jar stickers. Right, let's go back. On any chemicals you've got around. Yeah, I guess I probably could, huh? Whoa, we've got Bart Verstappen 8814 says, hey Henry, I've been wanting to prepare some of your delicious meals, but my wife recently left me. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. For another man, yeah, that's usually the way it works, and took all the assets, of course, including my home. Sure, that's one of your assets, I guess. Any ideas on how to cook these over a campfire beneath the local railway bridge? Okay, so it sounds like you are currently unsheltered, and that's too bad. Don't worry, all things will pass. And how to cook these over a campfire. You know, the good news here is you do have to cook the eggs. So I would probably say put them in maybe a wok or a saute pan or something of that nature, and just sort of hold it over any kind of fire. All right. Name's Jeff. Yeah, there was a combo of lemon and red wine and asparagus that did not agree with me on that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and we're going to do this song that was requested to us. Oh, wait a second. Before we do anything, I'm going to change this picture up. We have a birthday. It's Pug Lady. Pug Lady is celebrating her 2600th. Oh, no. Pug Lady 2600 is celebrating her birthday. Hopefully with a whole lot of Millies. Millie is Pug Lady's pug, and we're going to go ahead and use this as the background for our song from Pug Lady. It's nobody's birthday, no need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday, it was just some big mistake. It's nobody's birthday. Uh-oh. No need to make potatoes and gravy. That wasn't a good one. 'Cause it's nobody's birthday but Pug Lady. Wait, I can do better than that. Bill Larkin Music is watching. He's good at this. I'm trying to come up with something that rhymes with Pug Lady. Computer, what rhymes with Pug Lady? I know this is cheating.
From Quora.com. Snug, bug, mug, lug, tug, dug. Equals answer equals. Doug. Equals answer equals.
The fuck is she
Snug,
talking about?
plug, shrug, dug, hug, jug, lug, mug, rug. Equals answer.
Computer, stop. It's nobody's birthday, so don't call and hang out with your friend Doug, maybe. That doesn't work, because it's nobody's birthday but Pug Lady. It's actually Pug Lady 2600, but that sounds even harder. Computer, what rhymes with 100?
Here are some words that rhyme with 100: blundered, thundered, sundered, plundered, and wondered.
Yeah, I don't know if those rhyme with it, but happy birthday, Pug Lady, and happy birthday to Millie as well whenever Millie's birthday comes up. Roast Beef is very excited about Millie's birthday. Right, buddy? He's switched positions. That's always a good sign when they're that old. Okay, everybody. Happy birthday, Pug Lady. We're going to go ahead and do a song that's a little on the dark side. We've already had a really dark picture here, but there's probably more, knowing you guys. Here's a picture from someone, a user named Fwoggy. I'm not sure what this is. Is that a coffee filter? Is this something under a microscope? Is it a fungi? Dark side of the moon, somebody said? Well, whatever it is, thanks, Pug Lady. Happy birthday. We're going to do this classic song by Gordon Lightfoot, and it was requested to us by Karmic 715, and it's called The Wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgeralds. And we're going to go ahead and do this now. This is a very Jose Suicidio type song, so I want to, people that are depressed, you might be more depressed, or maybe you'll feel happier knowing that this guy was depressed also. This is a song about a tragic story of 29 sailors who were tragically killed, as opposed to just not tragically killed, but they were tragically killed when the winds came early or something like that. And those bodies of those sailors were never found, and some say that till this day you can still hear them screaming. That last part I made up. But okay, it says here we have some alerts. Logan No has said subscribed. Thank you very much, Logan New. Sorry, I'm getting a little sensory overload here. We have a lot of stuff going on. Let me gather my thoughts. Oh yeah, so we're gonna do this song. Somebody mentioned Lake Superior. That's Wicked Delights. You'll be happy to know that Lake Superior is mentioned in this song as well as all other Great Lakes. So maybe we could do a drinking game. When you hear each one of the Great Lakes being mentioned, you can do a shot of purple shitter, or one of those types of fun shots they do in the college bars. It is 11:22 a.m. here anyway, but here we go. This is too much talking in the beginning, so let's go ahead and do the song here. But yeah, don't do that actually, because he mentions all of the Great Lakes in the same verse, so you'd be doing them just in rapid succession, which is not healthy. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they called Gucci Gooey. The lake, it is said, never gives up her head when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons of more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and crew was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. Oh boy, I know about coming early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned. Hold on, seasoned does not rhyme with Wisconsin. I was sitting here so worried that I was gonna get a bad rhyme, and then this is a classic song and he rhymes Wisconsin with seasoned. Concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. I wonder what he's gonna rhyme with Cleveland. And later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late, and the breakfast had to wait. Boy, I feel sorry for that cook who had to tell everybody that their breakfast was gonna have to be delayed. Some 29 angry people right there. When the gales of November came slashing, when afternoon came, it was freezing rain, in the face of a hurricane west wind. He's very liberal with the rhymes here. Now I want to take back the Pug Lady song where I couldn't. There's so many things I could have used as a bad rhyme. When supper time came, the cook came on deck saying, hey fellas, it's too rough to feed you. At 7 p.m., a main hatchway caved in, and then he said, fellas, actually, it's been good to know you. The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. What rhymes with peril? We'll find out. And later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The search, all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up, or they might have capsized. They may have broken deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives, of the sons and the daughters. All I can think about right now is finishing my cider ball and a sip of coffee, but we're gonna do the rest of this song. We're about halfway through. Lake Huron rolls. Oh, here we go. Get your shots ready. Lake Huron rolls. Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. That's some fast shots that you're taking there. And the iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November, remember. Okay, now we're halfway done. In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. Now, nothing rhymes with cathedral. Computer, does anything rhyme with cathedral?
I don't know that.
Well, let's see what Gordon Lightfoot did. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah, doesn't rhyme with cathedral. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchigooey. That's a terrible name for a lake. Superior, they said, never gives up her head when the hails of November come early. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Little callback there. Azure Flow 115, Lake Superior is just different level. Suck on that, other lakes. Yeah, some lake anger going on there. It's Kate X says, yeah, Twitch is having issues. It's not on Henry's side. Oh no. Are we having issues? Well, let me make sure. Make sure it's not me. Sometimes, yeah, I don't see why it would be me. So it's Twitch, huh? Apparently there's some frame rate issues happening. Beanie Bobini, who is our resident intern here, says the deepest point of Lake Superior is over 500 feet taller than the Empire State Building. Absolutely incredible. That is incredible. Thank you very much, Beanie Bobini, for fulfilling your duties as the assistant here, or the intern, I should say. Intern is just like an assistant, but not paid. So are you able to see me at all? Because I've got a red here. Let me see if there's anything I can do on my end in terms of turning off other devices. We've got the roast beef cam, but we want that, right? Pretty laggy during that song. Well, I think that when you watch the VOD, it fixes itself somehow. I don't know. Hold on a second. Everybody just chill out for one moment. Uh-oh. Roast beef has been woken up and he's going down his stairs. Apparently I've pissed him off. Hello, testing. We're going to keep working. Hold on, everybody. So the question is it good enough for us to continue or is it not? Let me know. Meanwhile, I'm going to have another one of these guys. Neat says, I like Henry. Thank you. Everyone here. Well, let me know what you guys think, because if it's not working correctly, I don't know. Well, I guess I'm just going to continue. I don't really have anybody saying... Like, can you hear me talk? Let me ask a question and see if you get something back. I'll ask a Henry's Kitchen trivia. What was the Henry's Kitchen dog named? I'm waiting. Beanie Bobini is our intern and says it's endurable. Maui Girl says, good enough for me. I'll take you in spurts. JSPX fan, we can still hear mouth sounds, so it's tolerable, but nobody has answered my question. So that means I don't think anybody can really hear me that well. If I stand really still, it'll work. Oh my God. Nobody has answered the question. Thank you, it's Kate. It's Kate did, but It's Kate is a moderator, so I imagine that the mods have special equipment that enables them. Let me ask one more. What was the most recent recipe that I uploaded to YouTube publicly? Thanks, Maui girl. Okay, still waiting here. And by the way, I've forgotten, but I know it's going to be an answer that when I hear it. JB's text says Balthazar. So the chat is behind? Wow, I'm still getting people saying Archie, and that was so long ago. Chat is lagging. Looks better now. Seems like hey, it looks, I've got a green light now. Okay, I think we made it through. Desolate Reality said soup. Ash K Thanks said soup. Okay, asparagus soups. That's about 2 minutes afterward. Okay. So now, let me just, it's back to red again. And now back to, okay. Let me try this. I need to come up with another question here. What was computer called before we changed the name to computer? I just need to test. Neat says lemony asparagus soup. That's not correct. Try refreshing my chat. All right, let's see. Okay, Alexa. Dazzlecat says Archie, so I think it is, there's a lag. And then we're getting the red again. Oh, this is a nightmare, guys. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and continue here. The chat's going to be, I'll be answering questions from 2 minutes ago. Magic Moose says, I don't know the answer, but the question was about what computer was called. That's correct. And the answer is Alexa. Okay, the delay cut down. So It's Kate is saying the users should refresh. Okay, so heads are rolling at Twitch headquarters right now, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to have to go ahead and do this song. So what should be our background here? We've got a much happier song now. Song here now. So let's go ahead and do... let's use a background that was given to us by Biggie Beans, who is our, I believe, our intern. Is Biggie Beans the same as Beanie Bo Beanie? Let me know if I'm not right about that. Ash K Thanks says roast beef's dump truck took up all the bandwidth. And now we're getting answers. Dazzlecat says Alexa. All right, I don't know how... Link's Deity says, oh wow, I love this song about the Edmund Fitzgerald. That was so long ago, you guys. There's a serious lag going on here. All right. Well, I'm just going to do this song, and I hope you can hear me. I just hope you can hear me. This is a cool picture. It doesn't really relate to this song. Dazzlecat says, I hope Henry starts the stream soon. You don't want to hear that when you're 40 minutes into a stream. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I know that Bill Larkin Music might be still out there, and I want to make sure I tune this thing. He is a musician par excellence. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. All right, here we go. This song was requested to us by JV's Tech. JV's Tech wanted to hear this classic 80s song, and I'm going to go ahead and do it now. JV's Tech says, is that supposed to be banana bacon? I wouldn't eat that if I were you, Henry. Wow, this must be really lagged because we made banana bacon last week. Gumme Kande says 36 months of the best cooking explaining ever. Thank you, Gumme Kande. Thanks for your resubscription. Okay. Ted Joker says cool vegan banana peel bacon. Let us know how it tastes. That was way too long ago. All right, here we go. We're going to do this song now from the great Toto. The band Toto, who literally named their band after... I wonder where they got that. I think that was the name of the dog in Wizard of Oz. So maybe their reasoning was there was a band called Kansas, and so maybe we could name ours after the dog in Wizard of Oz. Either way, it was a terrible idea, but they were very successful. Chimp Warlord, last week's French toast was great. Shame it burnt in the toaster oven. That was 14 years ago. All right, here we go. Wow, this is low. All I want to do when I wake up in the morning is see your eyes, Rosanna, Rosanna. I never thought that a girl like you could ever care for me, Rosanna. We might have to change it. All I want to do in the middle of the evening is hold you tight, Rosanna, Rosanna. I didn't know you were looking for more than I could ever give. Not quite a year since she went away, Rosanna, yeah. Now she's gone, and I have to say, meet you all the way, Rosanna. To bring this up a little bit because it's very low. I can see your face still shining through the window on the other side, Rosanna, Rosanna. I didn't know that a girl like you could ever make me feel so sad, Rosanna. All I want to do is take a night you'll never have to... Well, hold on. There's too many words, guys. Hold on a second. Remember, these are the same people that wrote Africa. And also, why do I have this thing driving me batshit now? Okay. OCD there. All I want to take is a night you'll never ever have to compromise, Rosanna, Rosanna. I never thought that losing you could ever hurt so bad. Not quite a year since she went away, Rosanna, yeah. Now she's gone, and I have to say, meet you all the way, Rosanna, yeah, meet you all the way. Rosanna, yeah, meet you all the way. Rosanna, yeah. Not quite a year since she went away, Rosanna, yeah. Now she's gone, and I have to say, I'll meet you all the way. I guess that's a take on the expression, I'll meet you halfway, but I'll meet you all the way. This song reminds me of one time I was doing collections, and I called a guy. Used to work for Bank of America. This was when I was freshly graduated from high school and going to community college, and I called a guy whose life had fallen apart, and I said, hey, you got to pay Bank of America for your credit card. And he said, there was a girl, her name was Rosanna, and she walked into my life, and I should have known she was too pretty for me or whatever. She was out of my league, and a couple weeks into the relationship, started noticing she was wearing fine clothes and had some nice new gadgets and stuff. And then by the end of the month, she completely disappeared on me. And then I got my credit card statement and realized she took about $20,000 from me. And now I'm trying to figure out how to pay it back. So I said, sir, you know, your story is so depressing. I think I'm going to quit the collections job. So you're off the hook. And I quit. And then I realized later, wait, what if that guy just told that story because it's a good one to tell to a collector? I don't know. JV's text says, does anyone know Cushman's address? I got to get shipment of barley to him. Jemmet Nasser is sitting right here to chisel it down. Okay, so that's, I don't know. Does anybody have Cushman's address to get to JV's tech? Oh, I think the song's done. Well, we'll do one more chorus and then we'll do the outro. Meet you all the way, Rosanna, yeah, meet you all the way, Rosanna, yeah, meet you all the way, Rosanna, yeah, meet you all the way, Rosanna. Yeah, it's that one. All right, cool. Maui Girl says, dear Lord, that is terrible for that guy. Yeah, terrible for him. What he doesn't know is that I started looking up Rosanna's in the neighborhood, and it wasn't a very popular name. And she and I had a wild affair using that guy's credit card. We stiffed Bank of America and him. Remsy09 just resubscribed for 7 months. Amazing. Thank you, Remsy09. That's very kind of you. All right, everybody. This is turning into nonsense because of this lag situation. Beanie Boat Beanie says, Henry, is it hard to have so much talent? I know what you're talking about. You're talking about my cooking, and I will say that in the beginning, it was difficult because I'd have a lot of people asking me questions like, hey, you know, how much salt am I supposed to put in my weenie bites or whatever? But like the great Stevie Wonder once told Mariah Carey, you have a gift. And if you don't go out and share that gift with the people, that is a sin against God. Because God gave you that gift, and for you to not use it is going to piss him off. So I'm really doing this because I have talent as a cooking explainer, and mostly because I don't want to go to hell. Okay, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, intern sucking up to the boss again. It could have been that as well, but it sure did work. Danger Room says, I refreshed the stream and it doesn't seem very delayed now. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, well, let's get to work. Alrighty, we've got a lot of work to do here, so let's go for it. Ashk Thanks has resubscribed for 7 months. Thank you, Ashk Thanks. I appreciate that. Phil Amer says, wait, you still haven't thrown out the pumpkin? No, the pumpkin was thrown out, thank goodness. Titchin Hat says, the music in hell will be much better. Yeah, like Billy Joel said, I'd rather laugh with the sinners than die with the saints. The sinners are much more fun, or something along those lines. It's not even related to what you brought up, but sounds cool anyway. All right, let's do this. Orlando Trustful says, don't sell yourself short, Henry. You are not just a gifted chef. You're also a fantastic dancer. Thank you very much. I didn't realize that. I'm showing lag coming in and out, but we'll see. Oh my God, where's my manners? I didn't put the Henry's Kitchen sign up. Hold on a second. That poor sign took a little bit of a fall not too long ago, but it's still here. Yeah, that N is really looking sad. Okay, so let's get to work here. This is my own creation, you guys. I'm not going to be... wait, BBTSG, I got bad news. Your painting is not just upside down, but it isn't even there. It is there. It's just... I'm using green screen technology, so all you're seeing is the background. JV's text says it was 28 Fahrenheit here this morning, and now there are thunderstorms. Holy shit. I love the sound of that. That sounds like some cool weather to me, because the grass is always greener, right? I always think it'd be cool to have more of a change of seasons, because I'm out here basically in the desert. Computer, what is the weather right now?
The current weather is 79 degrees Fahrenheit
Yeah.
with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 57 degrees.
Yeah, nobody wants that shit all the time. You want it a little bit. And then earlier this year, we had 0% humidity and very high temperatures and 100-mile-an-hour Santa Ana winds, and the whole frickin' city burned down. So it's not all lollipops and roses or whatever that is. Link's Deity says, oh wow, I love this song about Rosanna. Oh no, there must still be a lag. Oh jeez. Okay, let's go ahead and get to work here. This is my own recipe. I'm going to go to my own email that I sent myself for how to do this recipe. I got in a little bit of trouble for stealing people's recipes online and making them by just putting the word Henry's in front of it. I guess they thought that I was trying to say that I'm the one who came up with it. For example, I'd look up breakfast bars and it would say delicious breakfast bars, but I would just say Henry's delicious breakfast bars, and I guess that gave them the impression that I was trying to steal the valor. But these really are Henry's delicious breakfast bars. And we'll see what you think. So let's go ahead and turn the reverbus off. Check. Help. Okay, did we do that? All right, here we go. Let's get to work. I think we're going to have to preheat the oven. I didn't say that, but... preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's get started. We're going to need to separate our yolks. And we have a yolk situation here. We have a couple of things. This is a de-yolker, and then this is a yolk buddy. This is going to clean up the shells. And we've got a lot of fancy equipment that's been gifted to us by you, the users here at Henry's Kitchen. Okay. Son of a bitch. So let's go ahead and get to work. First, we're going to whisk 2 eggs in our work bowl. We've got our work bowl here. A lot of people got really traumatized when we lost the work bowl for a while, but it's here. So this is going to be tricky. I'm going to crack this into this. And what should happen, hopefully happens, is that the whites will be the part that comes out of the little mouth there. So let's see what happens. And if somebody can tell me if I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Uh-oh. Some yolk is trying to get out. We don't want you, yolk. Wow, what a smart gift this was that was gifted to me by you, the users here at Henry's Kitchen. Okay, so we've got egg white, and we're going to do that one more time. Didn't prepare here. Stringy. Ugh. Okay. Eggs are messy. Okay. De-yolker, do your thing. Working like a charm there. It's definitely not fast. I don't think you'd get away with this if it were network television. I think heads would be rolling right now. People would be going, hey, who the fuck is this guy on our TV, on our network, that we're broadcasting to millions of people, and he's just holding some fucking thing? It's not what you would call engaging television, I guess. But there we go. And so you can see we've got our two yolks right there, looking like a couple of pillows. All right. So we're going to take those two, and we're going to whisk that up with a little bit of honey. I've got a little light amber mountain forest honey. That sounds delish. Wow, this thing doesn't want to come off at all. It's all stuck. Now, in terms of how much honey, I don't know. Maybe... Oh, this is a joke. This is not going to happen. It's all jammed up on the top of it. This is not happening even a little bit. This is a problem. I have some other honey, but it smells so delicious. That's kind of a bummer. I have some other honey on hand. Oh, this is hard as a rock. What the fuck? I think I have yet more honey. Man, that little bit tastes so good, though. All right, here's another one of these bear ones here. I don't know why they should be bees, right? That's where honey comes from. It doesn't come from bears. Oh, yeah, here we go. That's honey. All right, so that's going to sweeten it a little bit. It's going to be your sweetener. Joey Glad says, I demand chicken puking in the majority of Henry's recipe videos from here on, or do what you want. I'm not your mom. There will be more chicken puking. Don't worry about that. Wait till Mr. Egg De-Yolker meets the Suck Buddy, or whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix that now. We want to whip it into a nice white froth. Shandis says put it in the microwave. I don't think so. I don't think this work bowl is going to handle the microwave. I know that because I tried it. Okay, so you see how that's sort of frothing up a little bit? You want it to look kind of like whipped cream. Look at that little trick that I learned. Look. Oh. It's fast. Boy, when roast beef was young, he would have really loved watching that for hours. AT7 says, do you spin with the rotation or against? I guess it just kind of feels, I just kind of feel it out. All right, everybody. There's that. And now, it's got kind of a mind of its own there. Okay, so you see how it's all white and frothy, sort of like a Cool Whip or something like that. Well, now we're going to add in some cereal. So for cereal, I have, oh yeah, I've got this stuff. This is Nature's Path Organic. Basically a rip-off of Quaker Oats, but doesn't matter. You want 2 cups, but I don't think I'm going to be necessarily counting. Now we're going to mix this, but I also have some turkey bacon. I know that in the recipe I told you to use some type of deli meat, like a sliced turkey thing, but this is going to work fine. Bacon is a breakfast food. This is much better than that banana peel bacon shit that we had the other day. So your egg is going to be kind of your binder. That's really the only reason you do it. And we're also going to add some cheese, and that's going to serve as a binder as well. Binder is something that's going to help your digestion. And we want to mix this all up. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, and now I'm just going to grate a little bit of cheese over top. This is called Holy Cow, and it looks to be a type of Swiss cheese. I don't see any green on there. That's good. Let's grab a cheese grater. I know I have one. This is a very fine Swiss cheese. I think I'm going to leave this out while we're waiting because I'm so fucking hungry. I think I'm just going to start eating the cheese, which I don't normally do, but I'm really hungry. All right. It's supposed to sort of mix in there. You know what I might do? I have another device that's probably a little more appropriate. Well, I can't find it. Oh yeah, here it is. This is our semi-automatic whisker. This is for really getting some serious work done. That cheese isn't going to go quietly into the good night, as they say. So you really have to grind it. Just grind the shit out of it. See how that's kind of mixing up a little bit more? And don't worry, it's all going to melt. And the cheese is supposed to be sort of a binder, if you will. So, all right, we've done that. And now it's time to grab our casserole dish. We're going to put down a layer of butter. Computer, what's the difference between a baking dish and a casserole dish?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the term casserole and bake are often used interchangeably. Both are baked entrees combining foods such as meat, carbs, vegetables, and sauces. Examples are tuna casserole or egg bake. Often, bakes tend to be brunch or breakfast foods and may even be sweet rather than savory.
Okay, this part's not going to be easy. We want to get this all in one flat layer. on the bottom of our pan, or I'm sorry, our casserole dish or baking dish, whatever. Okay, I think that's probably enough. I'm a little worried now that maybe it's going to come out a little thin because it's going to be hard to get this to go all the way around, but you want it in a flat layer. That's the most important part. It's a little bit like rolling out a pizza if you're not good at rolling out pizzas. Oh, there goes our oven. Okay, I think this is going to be okay. We can even flatten it a little bit more. You want to have a crust around the outside. Okay, computer, how long do I put breakfast bars in the oven?
From Quora.com. Place in the oven and bake for 35 to 40 minutes until lightly golden.
Wow, that's a lot. But who am I to disagree? Okay, let's go ahead and put this. You know, you're right. Purple donut filling is fruit. Says, that all the bacon's in one spot. I'm just gonna try to even them out a little bit more because you are absolutely right, and that's the kind of thing that drives people crazy. Okay. Computer, set timer for 35 minutes.
35 minutes, starting now.
Okay, gonna put some of this honey away. I know you have questions. I will be getting to them. Beanie Bo Beanie, our intern, says, when I make a frozen pizza, I move the pepperoni around. Yeah, you really kind of gotta, especially if you're an OCD guy like myself. Oh, I see. There's some kind of waxy outside of this cheese. But I want some, so you might as well see a little bit of how I snack. Okay, so, oh God, this stupid thing, man. So what seems to have happened is that, whoops, sorry. What in the hell? Everything's going haywire now. There we go. Okay, so what seems to have happened is that one of these scenes got askewed. All right, so I found out that there's a waxy substance on the outside of this cheese. So I'm just going to cut that off. Be very careful. I'm using a paring knife, which is probably best. Normally you'd eat this cheese with a cracker or something, but I don't have that, so, and I'm hungry, so I'm just going to go ahead and eat it here while we talk about some of your questions. Mr. Dink's vibrator says, shit. It's the worst holiday of the year already. Why do they expect you to cook so much on a goddamn Thursday? I don't know. Oh, you're talking about Thanksgiving. I don't know, but Mr. Dink's vibrator, it's contrary to your Twitch handle, you sound like you're having a bad day. Chimp Warlord says, did the recipe call for cheese rind? No. Unfortunately, because then I could have used that. Orlando Trustful says, the best thing about frozen pizzas is you can put whatever you want on them while regretting every decision you've ever made in life. Yeah, that's usually what all frozen foods are. But, you know, sometimes I like to break open one of those Marie Callender's Salisbury steak things. Although it is no cure for depression. Joker says, is he eating a stick of butter? I guess it probably looks that way. But I don't know why that made me laugh just thinking about that. But why am I so giddy today? I don't know what's happening. Oh, Dean. Hello, Henry. You're my favorite stream. Wow, thanks, Dean. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm just sitting here eating a stick of butter. Danger Room says, what's so funny about eating a stick of butter? Maybe he really does it. Computer, how much time left?
You have 31 minutes left on your 35-minute timer.
Now this is a stick of butter. I'm going to put this back. All right, everybody. Desolate Reality says, is that cheese infused with weed and that's why Henry's laughing so much? No, there's just every now and then something hits you in a certain way. Computer, what's the disease where you start laughing?
From healthline.com. Nervous laughter happens for a number of reasons. Some research suggests that your body uses this sort of mechanism to regulate emotion. Other research has found that nervous laughter may be a defense mechanism against emotions that may make us feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so general discomfort, I think, is what she's saying. But did you guys notice how I asked what the disease was called, and instead it said why it happens, but we still don't know what the disease is called. Ugh. All right, so we're holding on to our chocolate. We've got our several honeys we'll put back. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to turn out. I don't think I did the thank you song last time, and unless I'm mistaken, but we definitely should. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and do it to the tune of Jose Suicidio's Help Me. This is a thank you to not only the Tier 3 subscribers you can see behind me, but also all of the countless users. Well, you can count them, I guess, but we've got the folks that run the Discord, the moderators, the technical advisors, the general chimers, inners, the folks that the VIPs. Orlando Trustful says the lag and freezing is killing me. Yeah, I know. I guess that's a Twitch thing. But you know what? I got nothing else to do anyway, so I'm going to stay here and do it. So here, let's go ahead and do this song. Maybe it'll be even more depressing once with the lag. Help me. Whoops, that's not what I was going to do. Hold on. Fucking and Dingo Bob. Wait, we got reverb too. I don't know what's... Falcon and Dingo Bob, Dom Beef, Hot Bear 1110, do Dingle Dog Ogle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, Shane Yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Cairo's Bumble Vision and the LGX, Chef Reactions, Husky Boyo, Bill Larkin Music, The Toily, Nim Nim Moon Moon, Orca Mind and Emeroo, S-Band, Bonnie, Dazzle Capillary, Little Quest, and Boris and Vanilla, Parasitosis, and don't forget Quanto. 25 5-yard chasm, Nico Tazo, Michael Bublé, 4422. Potato Cat, Raider Passion, Airman Hushin, 64, Midnight Faded. My ear just popped for some reason. JSPX Fan, Essity Tis, Pool Boy, 789, These Nuts. Game Master Flash, the Cat Food Taste Tester, the Chair Next, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, Ransom GR. Essity Tis, Michelle, Happy Lacey T. Purple Donut filling his fruit tankard, and Boris and Pin Zodiac, Tone, Gary Busey, and Samar. Lurk Bowl, Shandis Nova Galarian, Mr. Gooseberry VT, Dazzle Cat, Zodbane, Toke My Nuts, Saguaro Uberito 5555, Dinosaur, JV's Text, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Hen Lips 1, Caitlin's Kitchen. Purple Donut filling his fruit says, the long pauses and staring is alarming me. Yeah, I can only imagine what it must look like with the lag. But remember, there's going to be a VOD where they fix the lag, so it's none of these comments are going to make any sense. Don't forget Quanto. All right, everybody. Well, hang on one second. So do we know for a fact that this isn't my fault and that this is actually happening all over Twitch, right? Because I don't want to be the asshole of the situation. Computer, how much time left?
You have 25 minutes left on your 35-minute timer.
So I still have these egg yolks. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with them. In fact, I'm wondering if I was supposed to use them. I know what we'll do. We're going to set up the roast beef cam. Ah, fuck. I'm going to do a little cleanup. I didn't know that pan was filled with water when I picked it up. That was dumb on my part. Okay. This is going to be one of the smarter things that I've ever done. We're going to take our butter. And we're going to stir it around. Like so. Get plenty of butter on there. And now we're going to take our egg yolks. Trying to find put our egg yolk on that. And we're going to make a little bit of a scramble here. I'm going to put some of our potato seasoning in there. Gotta have a little salt. This way we're going to be covered. We're going to have breakfast no matter what. This is actually a perfect fit, which is nice. I do have to say, stuff is starting to smell good. Adjix says, why is Henry looking so young and handsome today? That's because there's a glitch happening with the platform. Money Curse says, drink them like Rocky. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's so over Twitch, says JV's Tech. But you're causing it. Oh, I'm causing the whole situation. That's no good. All right, well, we still have quite a few viewers here, so I guess everybody's really curious to know how these things are going to come out, and I don't blame you. So, computer, how much time left?
You have 21 minutes left on your 35-minute timer.
All right. This is supposed to be a no-stick pan, but they really should call it a stick pan because it actually sticks. It sticks more than it doesn't stick. Okay, so we've got our eggs there. I'm going to start getting a plate ready. I don't think we're going to play the game today because I think that would be just way too much in terms of lag. Oh yeah, and then we've got Reverbison. Oh my god. Everything's going wrong. And then this thing, what a technical nightmare all this stuff is. Let's turn off the Reverbus off. This is my no-stick pan. Can you believe that? It literally sticks. It's like sticking is more what it does than not sticking. Did I cook that enough? Wondering if I should put it on there a little more. Nah, that's silly. Okay. So we've got a little bit of healthy egg there. We're going to have that on the side. That's going to be our protein. And oh, it looks like we're back, guys. It looks like we are back because I'm showing green. Everybody refresh your chats or whatever you need to do. Gangenrad7438 says, I must have gotten the sticky non-stick pan by accident. Yeah, the sticky non-stick. It should just be called the stick pan. Stephanie says, everything is fucked. Yes. Sociopathogen says, my eyes refuse to believe it. Okay, well, I think we're back. I'm going to taste some of this egg here because I am truly starving. Oh, God. This is just awful. This is pure egg yolk, everybody. This is just the real deal. No whites in this. This is just the real egg yolk part of it. Wow. I think I might like this better than egg whites. I think this is, it's more rich. Has anybody ever done this before? Computer, has it ever happened that somebody scrambled just the yolks of an egg?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I don't think it has. I mean, Alexa has is connected to all of human knowledge, and even she's never heard of somebody just scrambling the yolk part. We might have really stumbled on something. That was fucking delicious, but I will say that that is not, that doesn't count for today because our breakfast bars are what we're making. But I just had to get some food in me. Computer, how much time left?
You have 17 minutes left on your 35-minute timer.
I don't know that we need them in there for that long. Let's see how we're doing here. I'm gonna put on my UV gloves. Oh yeah, no, we don't want to put them in any longer than that. Woo! This thing is so hot. Oh my God, that's hot. Watch out. Be careful when you take this thing out because that is damned hot. Phil Amer says it's common in carbonaras. What is? Oh, you're talking about the yellow. Okay, I'll believe you. Okay, we want to cut this into a bar. Probably do it while it's hot, but be very careful. It's going to be a lot easier to cut before it starts hardening. It definitely smells like breakfast. I wish I had something. Here. This thing that we used earlier, this would probably be good. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says it looks like Tostinos. Is that a restaurant or... I'm not sure. Computer, what are Tostinos? I think I've seen that.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, even computers never heard of that. You guys saw how much butter I put on this thing, right? Like, wow. We have a real sticking problem today. But we're going to get through this. Oh, yeah, that one came out good. That might be enough for now. And then this I'll put away. I might just store this in the trash for a little bit. Okay. Well, here it is. It's probably still very hot. Son of a bitch. These are our delicious breakfast bars. Now, this has everything you're going to need. It's got your fiber from the cereal. I used a high fiber granola, but it's also got egg whites in there. Computer, are egg whites good for you?
While healthiness depends on personal health considerations, 100 grams of egg white has 6.9% of the daily recommended intake of sodium.
Yeah, I guess that's good. I don't know. But either way, this is going to be a great way to get your sodium. And let's take a bite out of one of these breakfast bars. You could also wrap these up, put them in the fridge, and that way if you're on the go, maybe you've got jury duty or you've got to go to court to fight something, you can just grab a quick snack from the fridge. The whites are really just sort of a binder. We also have some ham and cheese in there, so that's going to give us our protein. Fondue yourself, you're absolutely right. They're not even finished. I didn't put the chocolate. My God, what would I do without you guys? Let me, I'm gonna need to melt this. How am I gonna do this? Grab a little more. You could use chocolate chips, but the idea is they need to be melted. I'm just using a chocolate bar. Well, we're trying to make it look like... Not that. Hold on. Uh, um, we had their example pick. There it is. Okay. That's what we're making. So far, no good. As my friend Joe List says. Okay, this is what we have. This is what we're trying to get to. So I think the chocolate is probably going to be the thing that fixes that, but I don't know. Hold on. Ooh. Plate's hot. It's not a microwavable plate, apparently. Okay, so let's... I'm very sorry about this technical stuff. Let's just sort of ooze this stuff onto the top like they did in the picture. This is going to be the proverbial icing on the cake, and kind of the literal icing on the cake. The chocolate on the cake, I guess. And the reason that you want to put chocolate on something healthy is it just helps it to go down. And, you know, you're getting a little bit of energy from all that sugar. If you're going to a board meeting, or just if you're having some preliminary hearings for something that is important, this is going to be a nice snack for you if you're on the go. So here, let's once again look at the one they've got there. I don't think this is too different, to be honest with you. There you have it. Henry's delicious, on the go, anytime breakfast bars. Now, let's try the finished product. Weird. It's not good. I'm trying to figure out why. Not very, I think, what kind of chocolate is this? Oh, I think this is unsweetened chocolate. It's for baking. Or it's some kind of not sweet chocolate. So I was expecting to get something a little sweeter. It actually tasted better when it had the honey. But the chocolate just fucked it all up. Holy crap, awesome. Does it taste like shit? I'm going to put this one notch above tasting like shit. I'll eat it, but it's not good by any means. It's got bacon and shit. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? What am I talking about? I'm sorry, I'm going to change mine. This tastes like shit. This definitely tastes like shit. Now, because I'm having turkey bacon with it, and the whole thing tastes like shit. Dazzlecat says, why do we use so many binders for cooking? I prefer folders, personally. I think when they say binders, they're talking about your digestive system. But I suppose it would be possible to fold your digestive system as well. Orlando Trustful, Henry, eat it slower and tell me I have been bad. That sounds a little weird. This is disappointing. This is a really disappointing dish. I'm not sure what happened. The chocolate is unsweetened chocolate, so it really just kind of gave it a bitter taste to it. Beanie Bobini says, fuck. Okay, guys, I know that some of you bet on whether or not these are good. I did say that it was one notch above tasting like shit, but it really did taste like shit, and I questioned that after I started eating more of it. Quanto, I don't know what happened to the scenes. Every now and then something just gets botched up. Like that. This other thing. We've got this. A lot of weird stuff. But anyway, so we made something mediocre. We had a lot of technical problems. Just overall today was not a good day in terms of streaming. And I want to apologize if I wasted anybody's time today. We're going to get back on the horse on Sunday at noon p.m. or whatever. Beanie Bobini says we need 5 options. Yeah, you do have 5 options. This one is the lowest option. It tastes like shit. Ted Joker just said Archie. Yeah, so that an hour ago I asked who the dog was, and now we're just finally finding out that people are seeing that right now. Quanto says press undo a million times until you can't anymore. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. But would that work if I've restarted it since? But I could do it. All right, everybody. My stomach doesn't feel good. I don't feel good. And I just feel like, generally speaking, this whole stream was kind of poops, to use a term that the kids use. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, hey, Henry, my 101-year-old grandma got out of the hospital today. Can you give her a hello? Absolutely. Happy getting out of the hospital, 101-year-old grandma of Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. That's very impressive. So you're all cured and of whatever it was you were in the hospital for, and that's good to hear. Here's to a very, very long and lovely life for you and Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. I am legitimately very impressed. I don't know how you get to be 101 years old. That means you're doing a lot right in your life. I think Dick Van Dyke is something like that. Computer, how old is Dick Van Dyke?
Dick Van Dyke is 99 years old.
Okay. Computer, how old is Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks is 99 years old.
So it looks like comedy is the answer. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. Is your 101-year-old grandma a funny person? Because that seems to be the common denominator. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. Dazzlecat says thanks, and Chat and I got a laugh on a stressful day. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Nancy Droodle says great lesson. Thank you very much. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, oh, what person? A funny person, I think, is what I said. But I'd have to check the VOD. J Smith 0808 says, computer, how old is Henry? Computer, how old is Henry Phillips?
Henry Phillips was born on November 14, 1969 in Los Angeles.
I was not born in Los Angeles. That must be a different Henry Phillips. I was born at the same hospital in New York City that John Lennon died in. Aaron Now Caps says, you're a funny guy. Followed you. Hope you live till 101. Thank you very much. And thanks, everybody, for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen. I'm going to see if I can salvage some of this shit. I shouldn't have put the chocolate on it. It really ruined it. But I'm not going to put sugar on it and try to undo it. I'm just going to throw this away. Sorry to waste everybody's time with this dish. This was my own creation. Maybe that was the problem. I'm going to get some water. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here in Henry's Kitchen. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. And watch for tomorrow on the YouTube channel. I'm going to upload the collaboration that I did with a Henry's Kitchen contest winning assistant who came over and helped me make pumpkin pie. That's going to be just a bonus midweek Thanksgiving special, and then we're going to go back to every Tuesday. All right, thanks Beanie Bobini for your great internage, and thanks everybody. Thanks Aaron, all caps, even though they're all lower caps. Love the irony there. And let's see if I have any alerts. I should have. Lucky Sevens, thanks again. happy late birthday. I appreciate it. Ash K, thanks. And Money Curse, throw all unsweetened chocolate in a trash. Yeah, I'm throwing all this in the trash, and I'm going to start all over from scratch. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time. My stomach hurts.